Hey guys, so in this video I'm just going to sum up the first month of Specimen Lily, and we're going to go through whatever I've done in the past 1 month. And as promised, every single month I will have a content or a video coming out, and it's split into 2 chapters for this campaign. So a summary of what I've done in January. Basically, I've been programming every single day, and this is because I was building skills to learn ahead of university and be ahead of the competition in the AI servicing industry. For the past 1 month, I've actually built out multiple projects to show my prospects. Not only that, but I also have learned new programming languages. And this is all because I'm looking into expanding the number of services I'm about to provide in my agency. So here's a fun fact. I've programmed for at least 4 months in a row, every single day, and this month was especially hardcore as I have learned a lot. Number 2, workout. Well, this is pretty self-explanatory. That means that I don't really have to explain much about this because all I did was just work out. And in the past 1 month, I've actually been working out more than usual. But we can't really say much because, people, when they are trying to achieve their goals, they are always strong in the beginnings, but when we're talking about the long run, most people actually quit. So right now, I'm pretty much in the beginning, and I have a strong beginning, which is pretty good, but I see potential future hurdles that I have to go through. Regarding anything about workout, there's nothing much to talk about besides how I started using weights for my pull-up routines. Alright, now let's talk about reading. So the book I've started reading is named Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion, and the author is by Robert Cialdini. After reading almost 70 pages, there were actually quite a few interesting theories that were written in this book, and I would love to share them with you guys. And that's because these theories could potentially be applied into the framework of your offers for your AI automation agency. However, again, I'm going to leave that to the next video. I know I've said this many times. I know I've owed you guys quite a few videos from the beginning of time. Ever since this channel was created, I have actually mentioned that I will post videos about my outreaching strategies on LinkedIn. I still owe you guys that video, but moving on, we'll be talking about our social media usage. So basically, in this past 1 month, I've successfully kept the usage for Instagram below or right at 1 hour. And the funny thing is that the more I don't use it, the more I realize that I don't need it. And that's when I found out that it might actually be addiction. Since I've successfully kept the usage for Instagram below or right at 1 hour, I started becoming more and more focused on my daily tasks. And I was actually able to produce more output from a 4-hour work session with deep focus compared to back then. Now let's move on to the fun stuff. On the agency side of stuff, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that I have landed a prospect meeting on the 31st of January regarding a chatbot service. The bad news is that I only landed 1 prospect for this month, and it's not going to be enough to achieve my agency goals. But you know what? We'll be fine. So for this month, I've actually done over hundreds of outreach, and it's not a lot due to the restrictions on LinkedIn because, they have a monthly search limit for free users. And as mentioned before, I was actually busy on the programming side of things as I was building up machine learning projects or deep learning projects for potential clients or prospects to show to in the future. Basically, I pulled a sacrificial move. However, we're going to focus more on outreaching for the next month because I am desperately in need of clients. And now I'm just looking to expand my ways of doing outreach. A surprising fact for you guys, I haven't actually tried cold emailing or cold calling at all because I just don't know where to get this info from, besides online services like Apollo, which requires you to pay. But we'll figure something out. Now, speaking of outreach, after quite a number of experiments on the frameworks I've been using for my outreach process, I've learned 2 things. Number 1 is that I realized that no one wants free automations for their businesses. And in my opinion, I think the reason is because it sounds too good to be true, which is understandable because nowadays people are misusing the rule of reciprocity. And basically what that means is that it is possibly because they are afraid to feel the burden or the need to do something in return for my goodwill. Or maybe it is something else because there are a number of possibilities that are out there. It could be due to the expectations of people upselling something else after the free automation offer. Or maybe the people I reach out to probably doesn't do any deals from LinkedIn. Of course, I would love you guys to take it as a grain of salt because these are just my assumptions. So because of this, I've stopped doing free service for other businesses and decided to just charge them instead. Now, the second thing I learned is that I need more creative ways of outreaching. Because same outreaching methods done by everyone will not be as effective anymore. Here's a suggestion that I've written down. Rely more towards creating content on the services your agency provides instead. You can either boast about your case studies on LinkedIn or create content about AI in general, but you have to make sure you do it consistently. And this is because instead of trying to connect with millions of people and trying to offer them your AI services, and this is just my personal opinion, but I think attracting prospects instead will be much more effective, since the inbox of these business founders are always full of outreach messages from other businesses who are using the same framework as you are when doing outreach. Now, I'm not telling you to completely stop your outreaching process, but I'm telling you to also rely on content creation on LinkedIn besides doing outreach for your agency. So this is just something that I might try. Because right now, if you guys visit my LinkedIn profile, it's actually full of crap and there's just no content on it. Now, talking about LinkedIn profiles, I think LinkedIn profile optimization is actually very important. So what you should be doing is to list out clearly on the services you have done in your experience for other businesses on your profile. From this method alone, I actually have been approached by someone who works in a marketing agency because this person actually saw what I've done and it's exactly what they need for their client. So I guess that's about it on the agency side of stuff. So we're going to move on to the education side of things. And this month I found out that I failed discrete math once again. So this means that I either have to stay in the first semester or I think I can move on, but to bring that subject forward into the next semester, which is going to be a bit troublesome for my agency and tiring for me mentally. I'm not doing so well this month in the business and education side of things. However, I am doing pretty well in the programming side of things because I see that as an investment of time and effort as it builds up my skill to be prepared for the next client or opportunity. So I guess that's about it. Hopefully I'll be able to record the discovery call that I'm about to have, which is on the 31st of January. And if I do get to record the discovery call, I will post it on YouTube to let you guys see how my discovery calls go. So with all that, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.